In Telangana TSPSC Group 1 Mains syllabus, Paper 3. If you observe here, in Group 1 preliminary, just given subject name, that is the Constitution, Indian polity and governance. But whenever you go for mains syllabus, here nowhere is mentioned polity. In mains it was mentioned Constitution of India and governance. But if you observe, generally most of the people who are preparing for the objective, they can easily attempt governance related questions. But 90% of the people, they cannot attempt constitution related questions and federal system and higher judiciary, that is the Supreme Court, because most of the people, they cannot follow regularly contemporary issues related to these three topics. That's why most of the people, they cannot attempt the questions. Generally, tendency of constitution, governance or polity subject tendency, general tendencies, whenever you look or whenever you study, you can get very easy and you get more enthusiasm, more happy. But whenever you go to the examination hall, when you attempt a particular question, definitely while you are reading constitution or governance or polity, very empathetical matter and a very happy way, then you definitely will attempt wrong answer, not right answer. That is the tendency of the polity. Here I will discuss about orientation of judicial system in India according to Telangana Public Service Commission Group 1 Main Syllabus Paper 3 Section 2 and 4th chapter. Generally here in syllabus given, headline is the judicial system in India. Here what is the meaning of the judicial system in India means, at a national level, highest level judiciary is the Supreme Court. At a state level, judiciary is the High Court. Below the state, below the High Court, there are the subordinate courts. Along with recently new courts in India like fast track courts, e-courts, Lok Adalat, like there are the different things. Of course, Lok Adalat is the different concept here. That's why here judicial system in India means you should read about Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate court, at the same time at a lower level courts, including Grama Nyayalas also. These all are comes under meaning of the judicial system in India. Generally, you have to follow earlier classes I have told you. Introduction to Constitution by D.D. Basu book, and at the same time Constitution of India by P.M. Bakshi. This P.M. Bakshi available only in English medium, and even this D.D. Basu also available in English medium. Along with, you have to refer last 1 year newspapers are related to judiciary related issues, because in book they cannot retain elaborate about the judiciary. Whatever may be the book, if you go to judicial related topics, in every book you have maximum 10 pages related to judiciary. But this 10 pages not enough for group 1 preliminary exams or mains exams. That's why you should depend on newspapers like the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express newspaper, if possible, any one or two more newspapers. At the same time, you should read judiciary related articles or editorials in newspaper. If you observe here, syllabus given Supreme Court, High Court and administrative tribunals. This, if you come to the administrative tribunals, recently more popularity of the tribunal is National Green Tribunal. This is very important. Whenever any statement is given by the National Green Tribunal related to projects, you should concentrate on those areas. For example, if you go to the Telangana, there is a Kaleshwaram project. Kaleshwaram project is one of the largest lift irrigation project in the world. Then NGT earlier was not given any clearance to Kaleshwaram project. That's why you have to concentrate on NGT point of view on Kaleshwaram project. At the same time, if you observe recently, this NGT given one of the verdicts regarding to Indian government constructing number of projects at high altitude level in Himalayas. That's why if you observe recently there was a news, even Supreme Court itself was told, even though it is a very terrain area, we should construct projects because of our national security. That's why you don't concentrate on general administrative tribunals. Among the tribunals, one of the National Green Tribunal is the important. You have to write notes on National Green Tribunal related issues whenever came into the newspaper. Then it is the very important. Most of the students, why they are not succeeding in competitive exams means they are not analyzing, they are not looking, they are not reading, they are not studying editorials and news related editorials and news in newspapers. Because just reading one or two newspaper is not enough for competitive exam. You should read at least 4 or 5 newspapers, because every newspaper was writing their own view, their own analysis. Some of the experts are giving very clear-cut picturization on judiciary related issues. Then if you come to the subordinate courts means here district level courts, like those are called as subordinate courts. Municipal courts, district level courts. Generally in competitive exam, in group 1 level standard, they cannot ask question related to subordinate courts. Then here in group 1 main syllabus was given judicial review, judicial activism, independence of judiciary and judicial accountability. These are very important. I just explain what is meaning of these words. If you observe the judicial review, what is meaning of the here judicial review means? Just earlier Supreme Court given one type of verdict or one verdict in the context of particular situation. After that, after some more years, Supreme Court may differ earlier verdict. That is the simple concept is the judicial review. That means Supreme Court is given preamble is part of the fundamental right. is part of the preamble. Fundamental right is not part of the preamble. Preamble is part of the constitution. Preamble is not part of the constitution. As here, if you observe the statement, entirely contradict, entirely opposite statement these are. That's why judicial review means Supreme Court given one verdict and one time was says particular context, it is yes. At the same time, in another context, same situation was arise, then it is no. That is the concept of judicial review. Nothing but here in competitive exam, judicial review related information contained regarding fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy and a preamble. Judicial review means preamble related cases are important. Judicial review means nothing but some of the cases like Keshavananda Bharati case, Ray Berubari case, LIC of India case, Unni Krishnan case, sexual harassment related case. Yes, cases related issues comes under the judicial review. Then if you come to the judicial activism, recently if you observe last 1 year onwards, Supreme Court Chief Justice, second Telugu person, Justice N.V. Ramana, Chief Justice of India. Whenever Justice N.V. Ramana became the Chief Justice of India, he was frequently in news and using some of the words related to judiciary. As in one meeting regarding to women reservation, he was told should achieve women reservation in judiciary. Here if you observe, Chief Justice of India given that statement. We cannot take his statement as a personal statement. We should look in point of view Supreme Court. Statement itself given by the Supreme Court. That's why you should concentrate on judicial activism means present context. Chief Justice of India, Justice N.V. Ramana, is giving statement. Those 90% of the statement, more than 90% of the statement is related to judicial activism. When we call as activism, generally Supreme Court told to the central government or state government. If central government or state government was failed in particular situation, then Supreme Court made this statement that you should follow your duty. You should follow your duty. That is the reason. Judicial activism. That's why you have to collect information from newspaper only. Judicial activism related information cannot available in books. Of course, some of the local books was written, like some statement, even Indian Polity by Lakshmikant also written. One chapter is judicial activism, one chapter is judicial accountability, but you cannot understand very clearly what is the meaning of that one. Some statement was given, this one was given, that is the reason. Then if you observe the independence of the judiciary, it is very, very important, independence of the judiciary. In India, independence of the judiciary is the Supreme Court. Then you have to read about the Supreme Court. Better to follow this independence of the judiciary information from the D.D. Basu recent edition. That book name is Introduction to Constitution by the D.D. Basu, recent edition. Then here in comparison is the independence of the Indian judiciary and the independence of the American judiciary. Both are the comparable. This is also very important. And another topic was the given judicial accountability. Judicial accountability. What is meaning here? Accountability means judicial accountability. Either state government or central government should accountable should responsible to the people. If state government or central government not responsible to the people, then judiciary take some of the measures and judiciary give some suggestions. Even the central government, state government not followed that statement, then definitely judiciary take some actions. Those are the accountable actions. One of the example judicial accountability is the, if any issue was rising in national level, then Supreme Court appoint a particular committee to investigate particular situations, to investigate particular organization, to investigate particular person, to investigate particular institutions. Those committee, those organizations are important. These are the basic orientation way. In objective type, what type of questions we will expect means, recently Supreme Court like completely filled with the judges. Last 1 year, before I am telecasting this video, last 1 year, there is a women Supreme Court judges, nearly 4 women Supreme Court judges, and the total judges in Supreme Court was filled. At the same time, if you observe in Telangana, from first Chief Justice of High Court to present Chief Justice of High Court, you should remember this all Chief Justice of High Court in chronological order. Examiner may ask question ascending descending order of the Telangana High Court Chief Justices. Hima Kohli was the first woman Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. You should concentrate these points. At the same time, at a national level, you should concentrate on Supreme Court former Chief Justices, including Telugu personalities like Subbarao, Koka Subbarao, like Yanimi Ramana. Examiner may ask giving 4 or 5 former Supreme Court Chief Justices, make the ascending and descending order. At the same time, from the like last background of the Supreme Court Chief Justices, for example, recently there was elections was held to President. Yes, whenever there is a possibility, examiner may give question on former Chief Justice of India, Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah. Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah became President of India. But one particular situation, when President and Vice President was not in office according to our constitution, Supreme Court Chief Justice will become President. In that condition, Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah became President of India from judicial point of view. That's why you should concentrate on Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah. At the same time, you should concentrate former Chief Justices recently died, and you should concentrate on former Chief Justices who became National Human Rights Commission Chairman. At the same time, there is a common like powers like judiciary having powers like jurisdictions. Those are the original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction. This point you should concentrate. You should remember even original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction articles also. At the same time, there was a writ related issues. There are total writ are the 5. Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, covarento. You should concentrate on these 5 mandamas. There is a definitely questions related to this writ, prohibition related, habeas corpus related, mandamas related, definitely questions. Of course, in most of the books are written very elaborately, like our constitution by Subhas Kashyap, D.D. Basu, even Lakshmikant also written, even Telugu books also available information. Yes, you should concentrate all this point. At the same time, you should practice last 1 or 2 years polity related questions. Those are appeared, those are given in different competitive exams. That is the enough for your objective type. If you go to the mains type, group 1 mains, you should concentrate on these areas: judicial review, judicial activism, independence of the judiciary, accountability. But among all these topics, you should concentrate on judicial review and judicial activism. These 2 areas for long term, but the situation will be changed. In TSPSC group 1 mains exam will be held in month of February or January. Of course, at that time there may be some issues, but based on present situation, issue is here is the only judicial review, judicial activism was frequently in news. You should concentrate on this area.